Ladies and gentlemen, hey, this is yours truly once again, Staff Sergeant Hicks, hashtag the professional SGL, coming at you live from Fort Lee, Virginia. So, as promised, I want to highlight this individual right here. This is PFC Andrew Gonzales, and I'm going to open the floor up to let him tell you a little bit about himself. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Sergeant. How's it going this evening?
Good, man. So tell myself and the followers real quick a little bit snapshot about who you are.
Roger, Sergeant. So, as you mentioned, I'm PFC Andrew Gonzales. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. 22 years old. Been in the Army for a little bit over a year now. I'm still an AIT student. My MOS is a 68 Charlie, Practical Nursing Specialist. The AIT itself is about a year long, so that's why I've been in AIT for so long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. Went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, left March 2019, got out around June, I believe, June or July. I can't remember. From there, for phase one for AIT, I went to Fort Sam in San Antonio, Texas, so a little bit near home. And then from there, in October 2019, I came up here to Walter Reed Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, to do phase two of my AIT. This is the President's Hospital. We definitely have a bunch of high-ranking people that come up to the hospital. The president has been here. His wife has been here a couple times, and the whole installation is just shut down. It's just such an honor to be up here. Other than that, outside of the Army, I'm a pretty straightforward person. I mean, what you see in the uniform is what you see outside of the uniform as well. I try to uphold the same standards, not just as a soldier, but as an individual. You know, I like to find out information about cars. I love cars. My dad is really into cars back in Texas. Hobbies of mine, I do photography every once in a while. I try looking up forums, learning new things. You know, you can never stop learning. Definitely, and looking forward further on in my Army career. Don't know if I want to either stay enlisted or think about commissioning. It's definitely an education type deal. Education has always been a big part of my life. When I was in high school, I got my associate's degree at the same time as my high school diploma. And then from there, I went on to a 4-year university after I graduated high school with that associate's degree, and went to college for like a couple years, but there was always that itch to join the military, and I think I just followed that because I didn't want to live my life in regret. I think that's like one of the worst feelings is living with the unknown of, you know, what would it have been like if I didn't do this. So that's definitely something that I try to live by.
Okay. So, well, one thing I want to say is, so I'm going to say two things before because I know everybody's anticipating, want to know why I got you on the forum. So first and foremost, you are the first ever junior enlisted soldier on NCOPD Live.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is, you are the first ever. And the reason I brought this soldier on to NCOPD Live is on Sunday, he was a part of a Battle Buddy virtual check-in that is hosted by Command Sergeant Major James Breckenridge, the Fort Leonard Wood Command Sergeant Major, and Sergeant Major Van Fleek is the co-host. And I brought him on to say this because this is another ism, is that junior leaders can impact senior leaders. This high-speed soldier right here, while he was on the forum talking, impacted a 2-star nominative Command Sergeant Major, where I believe Sergeant Major Breckenridge did state that he was so blown away by what you said and how you were carrying yourself that he's sending you a coin.
Yes.
So what I wanted to say is that don't let your rank feel that you can't impact your leadership. And I wanted to give you the opportunity for those younger soldiers that may be watching, if you wanted to give any words of encouragement to them and let them know that they have a voice.
It definitely was an inspiring moment. I had no idea that that was going to happen. I was just on there just like everybody else was in that Zoom meeting to try and just put their input on there, because in that Zoom meeting, they made it a statement that, rank isn't a thing. We're trying to get ideas. This is a virtual battle buddy check-in to learn more about each other, learn more about the military in general. And that's definitely what that coin means to me, coming from Command Sergeant Major Breckenridge. It definitely, as a lower enlisted soldier, I'm just a PFC. Sometimes I feel like I kind of have an idea, but what does that mean if I were to report it to like my NCO or something like that? Should I bring it up? Is it worth bringing up? And a lot of times, thankfully, that I've experienced, my NCOs are very open to ideas. Even now, I mean, I'm a squad leader for my PNC class, and they're definitely open to new ideas, especially during this whole coronavirus thing. And that coin definitely represents just having the courage to say something, because like you said, you just never know who it is that you're going to impact. A lot of times, like I said, as lower enlisted, we kind of are still figuring out, where do we belong within these ranks, like who's going to listen to me, who's not about to listen to me. And it was just really, really, really inspiring from that moment on. So that's definitely something. I always carry something right here in my pocket of my OCPs. It's probably going to be something that I carry in my pocket. Usually I carry like a quarter to honor my grandfather, who was in the Navy. He collected coins, and I think that just a little to speak up whenever I get the chance, because opportunities like that do not come all the time. So
okay, so I definitely want to tell you. Well, so one thing I want to tell you is one thing Sergeant Major said in one of the forums that I held on Friday is, let's get away from saying lower enlisted, because you are a junior enlisted, because words do matter. But even me sitting there as the professional SGL, I was like, wow, like, did you hear what this private just said, this private first class just said? So I want to echo what they were saying on the forum. And like I stated earlier, it doesn't matter what your rank is. You have a voice. And that even at your level, at being a private first class who's still in phase 2 of AIT, that you made an impact on a lot of senior leaders. But we're definitely going to highlight Command Sergeant Major James Breckenridge as a 2-star nominative Sergeant Major, that you impacted him enough to want to recognize you. I want to tell you, keep doing what you're doing. I got your number, so I'm definitely going to keep in contact with you. Keep doing what you're doing. Strive to be the best. Always speak up, especially because there's no idea. It's not going to get no light shed upon it until you say something about it, and you never know that which what you say may drive the change in policy when you have an opportunity to talk to somebody at that level. And a lot of soldiers would more so shy away in the presence of senior leaders like that. But I mean, you were just being who you are. So I definitely thought it would be befitting to highlight you as the professional SGL's Soldier of the Week because of what you did. So I definitely want to highlight you tonight.
I appreciate that, Sergeant. Like I said, it was a very good opportunity, even to be here. I mean, I saved the link and I just hopped on, on the Sunday whenever they're having the thing. I thought about not doing it, but I mean, again, to anybody else who's a junior enlisted that's thinking about, stuff like that, like you said, you never know who's listening. You never know the idea that you can impact on somebody. So I thank you so much for this opportunity, Sergeant. It's really great to hear positive feedback on it.
Well, you're definitely welcome. Now, I would say this. So since you said it, so you have this officer look about you. I can see you as a commander. So you said, you don't know if you still got, because you got your whole career ahead of you.
Correct.
And whatever you put your mind to, you can do it in this army. This army is open to whatever you want to become, as long as you put your mind to it, you do the hard work, you remain dedicated, and you remain humble. Private Gonzales, there's nothing that you can't achieve in the army. And I just want to let you know, and I wanted my followers to meet who you are, to let you know that you are on the right track. And I believe that we as leaders, when we see stuff like this, that we should highlight those individuals to let them know, hey, We see what you're doing. Keep up the good work. So I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your evening, but I wanted the NCOPD Live world and followers to meet PFC Gonzales. And then he's from Texas.
Oh.
He's from the great state of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you, hey, listen, why would you not think that the professional SGL would not have him on the show? You know, I definitely, man, wanted to tell you once again, just keep striving, keep putting rounds down range, keep leaning forward in your foxhole, and you never know what you can accomplish until you open your mouth and say something. Mom used to always tell me, you never know till you say something. What's the worst they can tell you? No.
That's exactly what my mom used to tell me. The exact same thing. Yeah. The exact same thing.
But she was always telling me. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. She was always telling me because like if I want to go like to the movies or something, she'd be like, "Well, go in there and ask your dad." And I'd be like, "Yeah, mom, but you know, you always want to go to your mom first because mom was always that cold, you know, that kind-hearted one. Dad was the one that was rah. And she was like, she used to tell me like, "Well, son, what's the worst he can tell you?" It was no. Well, most of the time he told me no, but there was a couple of times he told me yes. You know, but for majority of the time he told me no. So, man, I definitely appreciate you accepting the opportunity to come on. So you have a lot of firsts. So this is your first time being on NCOPD Live. You are the first junior enlisted soldier to be on NCOPD Live. And I'm asking you this question: is that going to be your first coin that you received in the military?
You kind of cut out. Did you ask, was that the first coin I've received in the military?
Yes.
I've earned one back at Phase 1. I was in student leadership. I got one from my commander and my first sergeant after I left Phase 1. But I definitely, since then, this is the first one. I think in total I have 4. Everybody gets the basic training one. I got one. I made a donation to the museum at Fort Sam, and they give you a challenge coin that says "Home of the Combat Medic." Okay. And then the one at Phase 1, it's our company, and it has our company motto on it. It says "Support the fight, lead the charge." And then now I have Command Sergeant Major Breckenridge, and I kind of feel like over all of them, this most recent one is more personal because it comes from something that I did. I had to step out of my comfort zone to get. So, like I said, I had no idea that I was going to get it. So I am really going to hold on to that, and just what it represents is it just means a lot.
Okay, so I reached out to Command Sergeant Breckenridge. I was gonna have him surprise you and come on here, but he's actually out and about right now, so he couldn't make it on. But definitely to speak on his behalf, you definitely made a huge impact. Oh, look at this. Sergeant Major Halliburton says, PM him your address so he can send you a coin as well. So I definitely, man, like I said again, I want to echo, you never know who you're going to impact, and you are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep striving. Always remain humble and never forget where you came from. Okay?
Cool. Appreciate that, Sergeant.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that is PFC Andrew Gonzales. He's at Walter Reed Hospital right now in Bethesda, Maryland, for his Phase 2 of his AIT, and he is the professional SGL's Highlight Soldier of the Week. As always, before we get out of here, if you see something wrong and you fail to do something about it, you have just created a new standard, and at the end of the day, their issue is never with you. Their issue is with the standard. This has been yours truly, Staff Sergeant Hicks, hashtag the professional SGL, along with PFC Andrew Gonzales, signing off. Y'all have a good evening.